Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs, and today we're using one of the new online exclusives due, I believe, May 7th. Alright, it's the first Tuesday in May that they're going to go live. It's called Sweet Jar. I really wish they had put this out in the mini catalog in January because there's so many cute things here we could have used. There's hearts, which I'm using today. Clovers, 4-leaf clovers, some jelly beans, and some birthday candles. So this is a good all year round set. Okay, the jar is so cute. It kind of comes in and there's a lid with it. And the box measures 3.5 by 3.5 by 1.5. And it's kind of a self-care one that I did today. And in here I have one of these little heart Ziplocs that I got with a little nail file and a Neutrogena makeup remover. These ones are already wet. They're very useful. This here is a Dove Daily Facials. Now this one you put under the water takes off your makeup beautifully and your face feels really nice. After that, I put in some llama Band-Aids, which are at the Dollar Tree right now. I think they have dinosaurs, llamas, and two other ones, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. And then I have a nail buffer, which wouldn't fit in the little Ziploc, along with a Sephora gift card. So I figured this would be a nice little gift for someone who needs to have a little self-care, no matter what it is. If it's after a party or they just are not feeling well or something. So that's what I made it out to be today. So what we need today is a piece of Blackberry Bliss that is 10.5 by 8.5. Some basic white for stamping. I cut this out of fresh Freesia cardstock with these Spotlight on Nature dies, and it's 2 3/4. I cut out of the same DSP, other side. This is called Floral Impressions, and it is beautiful. It matches another stamp set and bundle that I got that I will be using soon. We have this one that I used today. And then, whoops, and then these. And there are some of the new in colors in here. There is one cloud something that unfortunately the ink just wasn't up to Stampin' Up standards. It kept turning into a different color. So I believe that like the embellishments are around, but not the ink, because the ink just didn't work out. Alright, so this I cut using the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And then from the Floral Impressions DSP, we need 4 of the same paper, just 2 of them we're going to flip the other way. And they are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Alright, let me get my Simply Scored. It's nice, so nice to have brand new things to work with. I love it. Alright, we're going to start on the 10.5 inch side, score at 1/2, 4, 5.5, and 9. Turn it to the 8.5 inch side and score at 1.5 and at 5. Alright, now fold and burnish all your score lines. Alright. Now we're going to have the 1/2 inch rectangle over here, and there is a 1.5 strip on the bottom and over here. And this is what we're going to be doing. Alright, so let's start over here. Go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up. Okay, go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the first score line, sorry, and wedge. Okay, go to that next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge. Okay, so now turn it so your 1/2-inch rectangle is on this side, and we're going to count to the 3rd score line and cut it to the 1st score line. Take these 3 pieces off, and we're going to need some of this for scrap to cut our lid. Okay, oops, still going. All right, and then that last piece, last score line, cut it to the 1st score line, and then just wedge up a little bit. And that's it. All right, that's what your cardstock should look like when you're done. Now we need some tear-in tape. Put it on what's left of that 1/2-inch rectangle. Oh, we're at the end of this roll. Next to the score line. All right, then flip it over and fold the sides to meet. All right, so this is the back where our seam is. So make sure you put this back flap first. Then, since I know what's going in here, I'm just going to push the whole side in and squeeze the top. Try to get it to meet at the top. All right, and that's your box. All right, now we need our DSP. I'm going to put the flowered side on the front and the back, and the fresh freesia with the lines on the inside 2 pieces. All right, so we'll let that dry while we do our stamping. So let's, oh, sorry that I have my phone here. All right, so I'm going to be using Blackberry Bliss and Fresh Freesia inks. And first, let's do the bottom of our jar. And then Fresh Freesia I'm going to use for all of the heart areas. First, I'm going to do that bottom piece that kind of blends in to solid. Okay, and then they have this that kind of matches up on top of it. A little bit matches up, but you can just put this in if you want, but I kind of liked how it went over it like that. All right, now we'll get, it's called the Sweet Jar Builder Punch. And then we need a piece of scrap to do the top. Now you can stamp out the top too if you would like to, but I think it looks very nice, solid. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on here and put that right on top of the line. Okay, we'll let that dry. And now we need some more stamping, and I'm going to use the Blackberry Bliss again. And this has several sentiments that you can fit in. You have one together that says sending a little, and then there's a blank spot, and it says your way. And you can put party, luck, love, sweetness. And this one says a little treat for you, miss you bunches, and happy birthday. All right, so you can make whatever sentiment you want. And I'm using, first sending a little your way. And then love. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Great. All right, and now I'm going to cut this out using the Unbounded Love dies, and I'm using the smaller circle. And the circle is about 1 1/8. Okay. So if you have a 1 1/8 circle punch, you're in good shape. All right, so there's our sentiment. Bring in our box. And we're going to use our 1/8 inch adhesive Velcro dots. 3/8 inch. I don't know why I just said that. And I'm going to put 2 on, 1 on each side. Now, if you have a nice clip that will hold it closed, you could put a clip at the top instead. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm gonna put some baker's twine. I did it on this one, I did it around it, but you really can't see that it's around it, so I'm just gonna do a doubled bow. I'm gonna make it easier on us. So now let's attach these two together with glue. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of my jar. Make sure your pattern is straight. And I'm just going to put it down right in the middle. Then I'm going to get a glue dot. And some liquid glue for the bow to put that on the top. Alright, I'm going to put a glue dot. I'm going to try to roll it up so it's a little small. I'm going to put it right there. I put a little bit of glue on my bow already. I'm going to put it right down on top. Okay. Now I'm just going to attach this with liquid glue to the front of our box. Okay. And I'm gonna try just one dimensional. I doubled them up on this, but I don't know if it needed it. All right, and then I'll put a little bit of glue over here where it's gonna touch. And put that right like that. Yeah, that's fine, just one. All right, now for the final touch, I'm gonna put some of our Tinsel Gems in Fresh Freesia. And I'm going to put a large and 2 small. I'll put the large one there. And then a small one there. And another small one. Up here in the corner. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, my email is below, along with my blog address and my Facebook address, and of course my address to Stampin' Up to purchase anything. All right, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.